In fact, let's bring on board Faruk G. Patel, who is the chairman and managing director at KP Group. KP Green has declared numbers. We did speak about that. Stock locked in lower circuit. But let me welcome him on board to try and give us some perspective on all that's happening with regard to Q4 numbers and what to expect going forward. Welcome to NDTV Profit, Mr. Patel.
Thank you very much.
So, sir, talk to us about the Q4 numbers itself. In terms of trajectory versus Q3, the numbers have come in slightly softer. Is this seasonality? Is this something we can expect going forward as well? Please explain that to us.
No, see the KPI Green, when I talk about the KPI Green, so KPI Green is moving towards to the smaller client to the bigger client like Aditya Birla and the Ayana and our client is a bigger client which we have got the orders in the Q4. And when the bigger client are there, you say that they have the not like a smaller client where you put the bill or you give the bill in a milestone basis. Here you have to give the bill in a big bill amount, or the bill you have to give them there what they want. So in that case, we have done a lot of work, but bill are pending over there. So in this case, we have to, if we want to move towards the big client, and for that purpose, you can see the orders which we have got in Q4 about 682 megawatt, but that all billing cycle are different than the smaller client. So we are moving towards the gigawatt size. We have already energized altogether in the group companies about 1.2 gigawatt. And now we are going forward on a gigawatt side. So we have to face this quarter like this only.
Okay, point taken, Mr. Patel. Mahima this side. I just want to understand from your order book perspective, what is the total order book at present, and what are the execution timelines that we're looking at?
So we have the 1.23 gigawatt orders in hand in the KPI Green. Previously, whole 9 months we had a 552 megawatt, and in this quarter we have the 682 plus. So altogether 1.2 1.23 gigawatt orders in hand for the next year, you can say. And we have already energized 445 megawatt till date, and we expect to do this 1.68 gigawatt in the next future.
Understood, sir. So therefore, just in terms of revenue and revenue recognition, want to understand what should the ballpark numbers for FY25 be over FY24 in terms of growth?
You see the trend of YOI. So it is going 48 to 49% always be there. So you can expect the same trend till 2030, my dear.
Understood. And sir, just with regard to, if I can just add, margins should hold above the 30% mark. Is that what one can reasonably expect?
You can the same margin will be continue, and that's why we are choosing the client in this scenario, because the renewable energy is today's requirement of whole world, and we are going towards the goal of the our Prime Minister 2030 500 gigawatt, and we are contributing our best in that from the all our company.
Understood. Mr. Patel, last time when we spoke to you, it mentioned that you want to increase your total capacity to 10 gigawatt. I just want to understand that by when do you think this 10 gigawatt will be achieved? What are the timelines looking like?
2030 10 gigawatt is there will be there from the group of companies of KP Green Energy, KP Engineering, KPI Green also, and we have the 10 gigawatt by 2030. We will achieve the by 2030 10 gigawatt. There will be no not at all the chance to not to do, and we have performed in the past, and we will perform in the next also and contribute to the nation.
Sure, understood, sir. Sir, just with regard to, again, I come back to FY25 expectations, roughly 1500 odd crore in terms of the top line. How much of this would comprise EPC and how much of it would comprise your own power generation, which you do internally? How much of that revenue? What's the mix like?
This year you can see in the revenue 17% from the IPP and rest of from the CPP. The same trend you can expect in the 2025 also, and you will get more. We will see the more IPP revenue from the our side because we have a very good order in hand, about 322 megawatt new order in IPP from the GUVNL, means the government companies. So we have already 148 plus 322. We have done this thing. We have told this thing in 2023 that we are going for the 1 gigawatt from the by the 2025 calendar year. We will achieve that 1 gigawatt before that, and IPP and CPP 50-50. So our NVT income will be for the 25 years will be fixed around say whatever you are seeing today. You will get the much more better profit figures in the KPI and KP Energy.
Okay, but I want to understand, that all of these orders, in terms of, the orders received from GUVNL and all, execution timelines, I want to understand how much of it will you do in FY25, 26, 27? What are the timelines?
See, timeline is already mentioned in the tender about say 18 months, and we have passed 3 months. So you can say before we tried our best to do before March.
Okay, sure. And just with regard to, I'll switch focus to your balance sheet and balance sheet metrics. You've taken on some amount of debt. Where does this number go to? What kind of a number are you comfortable with?
See, today you see that our debt equity ratio is much down, 0.99 to last year 2.21, and in the you say in all the companies we are not more than 1:1. So here also we are, if we want a big clientele orders and big orders, we have to take a more and more facilitate, and you it is a that 442 is a debt of long term debt, otherwise all the WC bank guarantee and all things which we have to pay to the GVNL and the tendering system. So actually date is 0.5 only, you if you see if you long term if you see, and that is the remarkable reducing in a debt, you can say.
Okay, and Mr. Patel, I also want to understand what kind of land bank are you having at present, and how will it be put to use?
See, altogether we have a 2200, more than 2200 acre land is on a company's board, and the evacuation also we have a 1600 plus evacuation, and the government wherever we are bidding like 240 Khavda, where the government is facilitating us the land and the AC part also.
So therefore, sir, what we're trying to allude to is the capex with regard to land is already put up. Is that how one can look at it? And
yes, you can say that thing, that we have already land in our hand where we can in the next near future we will say execute the this all the CPP orders.
okay, sure. And sir, just with regard to profitability, how do the metrics add up? So as you expand operationally all the way through to FY30, what's the kind of growth in profitability that one can expect from KPI Green? Because now it seems stable profitability is here to stay.
It is naturally that if you go with the big say megawatt size big, right, gigawatt and all things, the profitability not going in a percentage, it will goes in a numbers, where last time we have declared the profit of 109. Today we are on some 16 plus, 160 plus. So next year we will expect the at least 50 to 70% growth in the numbers in profit.
Interesting to note that Mr. Patel, 50 to 70% growth in terms of number. Well, Mr. Patel, with that, we're completely out of time. Thank you so much for taking our time and speaking with us at NDTV Profit.
Just want to try and cover, just trading at roughly 75 times, 50% odd growth in profitability. There's going to be a bit of readjustment to that earnings multiple for KPI Green. Very interesting to see. It's already a multi-bagger, 4x in the last 12 months, just in terms of the stock price and the way in which the stock price has moved. And of course, locked in lower circuit today, but very interesting guidance given on this one. Yeah, but it's that time of the show where we slip into a very short commercial break.